This is the men's room.
Get it, man, and get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
You're listening to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Racial consultants are standing by. We'll take caller 9-844-999-OLA, and you will play Profile This in minutes. And we do have your headlines on the way 1 hour from now. First, quick check-in to Mike Hawk for some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
All right, researchers in the Netherlands have uncovered 2 hidden passages in the diary of Anne Frank that contain dirty jokes.
Pages of dirty jokes.
Yes.
But they won't say what the jokes are. There once was a man from Nantucket.
Oh, man, I love it.
Whose penis could touch a bucket.
When you were a kid, man, if you knew a couple good dirty jokes...
you laid them out instantly, man.
That was awesome. That's what you did. You shared dirty jokes with each other.
Well, I wonder if the reason that they didn't share them is just because they're kind of circumstantial. It's not like she actually wrote out the man from Nantucket, but she,
I get the feeling, deep down, she's 13. Yeah. I remember being that age. They are probably just horribly filthy dirty.
Yes.
Sure. Because at that age, you want the raunchiest joke you can come up with.
It was kind of lit. It was like a rite of passage. It was like your dad letting you have a sip of a beer. Right. Like, I'm going to tell you a dirty joke, kid. Don't tell your mom I'm going to tell you this one. You don't tell any of your friends, but here it goes.
I got in trouble for my first one. I got slapped across the face.
What was the joke? Can you even say it here?
No, I can't.
How old were you when you said it?
Hold on.
No. It takes a long time to tell the joke. I'll tell you. I'll tell you the break.
It takes forever to set it up.
Oh, yeah. I said
you deliver the punchline
get
slapped in the face.
Yeah, I'll tell you later. A motion-activated security camera in Michigan recently took a photo of what looks like an angel, or more likely, it's just a blurry picture of a moth.
I saw that. Now, I saw the picture, okay? And I saw a quick interview with the people who own the home that the picture took. All right, so I agree that it looks very much like a moth close to the camera. But when they interviewed these people, they were straight up like, I looked at that picture and I said, honey, you ain't going to believe it. I got a picture of an angel. Okay, that was how quick their judgment was. Like, they never took the time to consider that it could be anything other than an angel, and that was followed by, I immediately called my pastor and sent him the picture, and he's like, well, I'll be. That is, my guy, you haven't even considered anything else yet.
We were in the office the other day, Mike, and a lovely Wobbin, she went to the Robert Lang Studios here in Seattle, where the Foo Fighters recorded their first album, Nirvana, sounding legendary recording studio, right? And as Robin explained it, there's a legend of a ghost that lives in this place.
Oh.
So Robin believes that she has snapped a couple pictures of this ghost. And a matter of fact, if you watch how I do this, if you follow us on Instagram at Men's Room Live, Robin will put up the picture and you can actually see the face.
It's bizarre.
It is weird.
It's bizarre.
Yeah.
It's not like you can't
Will
actively try to take a photo of one, right?
Sure.
You don't expect that.
Right.
We heard the stories and we thought, okay, I mean, if people have seen lights flicker, whatever, that's cool, fine. And then I started taking photos, and it's also in the sound booth.
You took the photo of the microphone that Cobain used.
The last place he ever sang.
Yeah. And then,
I mean, it's pretty bizarre. I don't know. I'll post it. You guys decide. I'm not gonna...
Robin was telling us, and we're kind of like, crazy lady talking. Yeah. But she shows us the picture, and it's like, damn, man.
It's kind of weird.
And it's cool to see the microphone. So, Instagram, we are at Men's Room Live.
Yes.
And then we'll get up there momentarily.
All right. We heard about this a while back, but now you can buy it. Reese's is selling a new candy bar called the Reese's Outrageous.
All right, tell me more.
It's a chocolate bar stuffed with Reese's Pieces.
Okay. I am down with the Reese's Piece.
Okay, would you eat? It's from Reese's. It's just chocolate with peanuts, right? But they call it the Reese's Feces.
It's shaped, chocolate and peanuts. It's shaped like a turd. It looks like a Baby Ruth.
It's shaped like a Babe Ruth. That's what we would say. That's the company.
I mean, most chocolate bars already look like turds.
But if you make like Reese's Feces, I would eat it.
Right?
And people used to eat chunk bars.
Yeah, chunk isn't it? Right. Chunk bar.
Yeah, chunk bar.
There's a 64-year-old bus driver in Cleveland who's now driven over 1 million miles without causing an accident.
Oh, good for him.
He shouldn't have said it.
Yeah, that's exactly right. He hasn't missed all year. He's perfect on field goals and extra points.
He's going to crash into P.S. Chang.
This will be another game winner from... Oh, it's off the post!
A new study found the top 5 cities to be in if you're just starting your career.
Okay.
Anyone that will hire you.
You're not working on it.
That's right. I'm not working on it. I don't know what this is.
If they hire you, go.
Yeah, that's right. There's a man on Hilton Head Island in South Carolina who regularly wears a chicken suit and stands on the side of the road trying to get people to stop speeding. And he recently got fined for wrestling an alligator that wouldn't get out of the road.
The video of
I like this guy already.
You've actually seen this?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Damn.
Maybe we could all see it later.
Maybe, perhaps. A couple from Cambodia recently got arrested for killing and eating several endangered species in order to get more YouTube hits.
Huh.
Well, did it work?
I don't know. I'm not working on
They
it.
didn't say the species they ate.
Obviously, they're getting publicity. We're talking about it in the news.
All right, Mike, let me ask you this question. Right? I'm not saying we do this, but let's say we had the opportunity to eat an animal that's about to go extinct. Right?
Okay.
What animal are you choosing? I'm just saying, they're on their way out. Maybe they're protected. Would you try polar bear?
Would I try a polar bear? Wow.
Do you think it would be good, though?
Man.
No, I don't at all.
I would feel too guilty about eating something on the way out, to be honest
What
with
if
you.
it's a gorilla?
I'm in.
I think I'm going to go horse. I'm going to go horse.
Horse?
Horse steak.
Wait a minute, are all these animals? We could just pick any animal that's going
Well, I feel
extinct?
like it should be one that's really going to make people upset if
Right.
they're going to get upset.
Pandas.
Oh.
Would you eat a panda?
I'd eat koala bear.
I'd eat a panda.
I'd eat koala bear.
I mean, I don't think...
I would rotisserie koala bear.
I mean, you'd have to. Bear's always tough.
True. But it's a little tiny bear.
Pandas, man, they just sit there. They eat the
Do you think if you
Bamboo.
rotisserie a koala, it would just hold on to the branch itself? You know what I mean? The way they're always in the, like if you just spun it, it just holds on.
Oh, Lordy.
I'd have a nice slow meal of sloth.
Oh, there you go.
No, you flash cook that.
Then you
Yeah,
use the toes as a toothpick. Some squirrels in northern Michigan decided to hide about 50 pounds of pine cones under the hood of someone's car.
Oh, no.
That
All right.
sucks.
Yes, it does.
Or like the squirrels having spring break or something. Like, let's prank
Right.
someone.
Right.
Is that because of the weather?
50 pounds of pine cones.
I don't know what weather would... Because it's got to be
What
hotter
weather
in there,
do you
man.
need 50 pounds of pine cones.
Right?
Well, no, I'm thinking...
Maybe they're
Wait a
looking ahead
minute,
for
did
next
humans
year.
do this or did squirrels do this?
Squirrels did this.
Squirrels did do this.
Yeah,
So maybe
squirrels.
because
Pine
it's
cones
been
in there.
unseasonably cold, they were like, we're going to save all these pine cones.
Like that's their Costco.
Yeah.
They don't say pine cones, man. They say acorns.
Yeah.
They're just shoving pine cones in there. They're just screwing with a dude.
All right, squirrels are just D's.
There you go.
Okay, there we go.
Put squirrels on
From
my
they
list of
might be
endangered
hungry.
species.
Yeah.
A group of researchers in California just received a $213,000 grant to study cow farts.
Sorry,
Well,
what,
that's
cow
because
farts?
it's a
oh,
problem.
methane.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right. I tell you, eat less beef because of all those
legit
cows
problem.
out there fart.
Maybe if we fed them grass.
Right.
I'm dead serious.
I
I,
know,
saw this
man.
guy's got this whole theory on, like, just make animals eat grass.
What do you know?
And it
The
would cut down on
thing that,
methane.
that they were born to eat.
There's an audio recording going viral right now where a computer-generated voice is either saying Yanni or Laurel. And apparently there are a few factors that influence what you hear, including things like how well your speakers play, lower frequencies. It's the same thing as the dress, guys.
I know.
I know.
Has
I
anybody
just-
listened to it?
Yes.
No.
No.
He's saying Laurel.
Miles and I talked about this briefly outside, and I'm like, which one of us do you think gives less of an effing S?
I made it 24 hours without listening to it, but then my good friend Steve was very upset, so I said, all right, I'll listen.
I avoided it too.
Yeah, but sorry, Steve.
I've heard both.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
I
it's
heard,
bizarre.
I heard Yanni on the first one, then every other time since
Yes,
has been Laurel.
I know.
So
I
he's
don't
saying
know
Laurel.
what define. It's a higher frequency on one and a lower on the other, and whichever you're more inclined to hear, that's what you're going to hear. It's not a big
As
deal.
Miles
believe
would
I-
say, this is just a scam from Yanni.
It is.
There it is.
I
He just
can't
wants to
believe-
say in his name.
Yeah, and you know what? I haven't thought about him in so long. If
Right?
If that's either, it's like Fabio. You know what I mean? If you bring him up, you'll be like, oh yeah, Fabio.
Yeah,
Or
I'd assume you said Laurel, because who the hell brings
one of
up
those
Yanni?
one of those one name people. Right.
Hey, by the way,
80s.
Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, they want to let you know. Let's see. Squirrels eat the seeds out of pine cones, jackass.
Dumbass.
Pine cones have nuts in them that the squirrels eat. Latest update from Planet Earth. Squirrels are just D's. Squirrels eat the seeds out of cones. All right, we get it.
All right. Well, they're dumb. They're eating tree seeds.
They used to call me Squirrel. I know squirrel stuff.
There you go.
Yeah.
Because you always had nuts in your mouth.
Police in Wisconsin have commended a high school prank made by the seniors, and it's actually pretty impressive.
What was that?
I'll tell you all about it 1 hour from now.
Thank you, Mike Hawk. Headlines are on the way 1 hour from now, but first the game is...
The Men's Room presents Profile
And
This.
Stephen Throwhill, could you please tell everyone how Profile This is played?
I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth. Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Justin. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola, gentlemen.
Hola. All right, Dustin, you understand how this here game is played?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. Here's your story. We go to Milwaukee, where a woman, the prosecutors say, fired a gun during a memorial for a homicide victim. then worked to get rid of the gun, has reached a plea deal in the case against her. But see, as a convicted felon, she was prohibited from possessing the firearm in the first place. Now, the 38-year-old woman, she did plead guilty to one count of possession of a firearm by a person convicted of a felony. She was then sentenced to serve 1 year, blah, blah, blah. But according to the criminal report, on the evening of August 6th, 2017, police were dispatched to the report of shots fired. Now, they spoke with a witness who indicated that the woman pulled up in a vehicle during a memorial for someone who had been murdered. And the witness said that she placed several bottles at the memorial site before leaving, but then came back 20 minutes later. And when she came back, an argument broke out between her and the murder victim's sister. No one's quite sure what the argument was about. But as the suspect was leaving, she did threaten to beat her, but instead of that, she got into her car, pulled out a handgun, and started waving it around. And finally, she closed the car door, fired a shot into the air, and then drove off. Well, the day after the shots were fired, the search of the phone revealed that she had also researched how to remove gun residue. She visited websites titled Tips on Removing Gunshot Residue. Suspect urinates on hands to wash away any gunshot residue, and can urine block out gunpowder. Plus, 5 great uses for pee. These were the most recent searches on her phone, all right? The complaint note, she was convicted of a felony back in 99. That's why she couldn't have a firearm. Anyway, do you believe that this classy woman is black, white, Mexi, or Asian?
It's tough. Being Milwaukee and Wisconsin, that tells me white, but having a background and whatnot, I want to say black. But what do you gentlemen think?
The only thing that tipped me off, my theory, is the amount of research she did. Like, I don't know. Yeah. It just seems like a white lady thing to do. I'm going to research a bunch of it and then threaten them and shoot them.
I don't know. It's tough, man. What do you think?
I'm going to go white.
Final answer.
Just because it's Wisconsin,
All
yeah.
right. We're going to find out if she was black, white, Mexican, or Asian next.
That was a tease.
You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
Welcome back to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Well, Father, this takes us to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. A woman who fired a gun in a drive-by during a memorial for a murder victim. She is a felon, so she's not supposed to have a gun. Mm-hmm. And then she came back and she got in a fight with the sister of the victim. The police found on her phone that she searched for ways to basically cover her tracks.
Yeah, but how to get gun residue off, and I guess maybe there's the rumor that pee gets rid of gun residue, because she really seemed to harbor on that. Of her 5 searches, 4 of them had to do with pee removing gun residue. But Justin, we asked you, did you believe that this woman was black, white, to make sure you're Asian? Party leaned white, party leaned black, and you played the odds just going with the fact that it's Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and you said white. Sorry. Black.
I just really thought it was white because she did all I don't know. It seemed like it was so premeditated. It seemed like a white woman.
I get why you think that. To me, the tip-off, if there was going to be a tip-off, would be that you showed up at the memorial for a homicide.
Trust me, I'm 100% with you, right? It's like a thing from a movie, but I was like, she looked it up that much.
Now for all TV news all the time, it's time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box,
Armageddon!
The Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
Whew! Man, you ever think about something you should have done earlier in the day, just right as it happened?
Most of the time.
Yeah. So Mike mentioned this earlier today in his news tease, but there was a guy, right? And he lives down south, Hilton Head Island. Now, there's a gator. He generally dresses as a chicken to help people slow down in a traffic area. All right?
Okay.
There was a gator. He felt the need to go out and just get the gator out of there. I've watched the full thing. He explains in the video, do not do this. I have kind of wrestled gators before. Is that rustling or wrestling?
No, it's wrestling. At the point that it is another animal, to me, it's wrestling. If it's a bear, if it's a gator, if it's not a human being, but you are actively wrestling, then it's wrestling. Right?
Yeah. So he goes out there, he moves the gator, this and that, but he posts the video on Facebook. So then he got arrested for
gator wrestling?
For gator wrestling. So here he is kind of explaining to the local news.
The firefighter said it's your liability. If you get injured, you're responsible for any damages that happen to anything. I've had experience with them. And some people are born to think inside the box, and I'm just not one of them. I mean, I know it's illegal to just walk up to one at a pond and start messing with it. I thought, given the circumstances, the animal needed to be out of the area for the public safety in its own.
Now, the amazing part about this is, right, like I told you that he dresses in a chicken costume and this and that. That entire interview he does with the news, he's in the chicken costume.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
That's
like
great.
He does not...
if you're going to have a moment.
Yeah, he does not break like, character at 1 minute. But he's in the chicken thing the whole time.
You know what they should do? Honestly, if there's someone like him, and I would just do this if I were a director, right? So people that geek out on these movies, you're always looking for some hidden thing, or like there's the scene, and I've only seen it in the commercial. I have not seen the movie. What is it? Avengers: Infinity War, right? So obviously there's some big ass scene at the end because it shows the good guys and the bad guys are roaring toward each other. I would do it so that if you look closely, right, you got all of your main superheroes, but in the background, there'd be the chicken dude, right?
Yeah.
Like, why the hell not? If it's a guy, I'd have, like, Naked Cowboy from Times Square, the chicken dude, just kind of hide him in the background and see who notices.
Right. It's like John Oliver does with the, the traffic zebras down in, like, Peru or something in South America. Help me out here, Miles. You watched last week tonight. Yeah. Remember, like, last season? They have these traffic zebras, right?
All right.
Folks, I got to be honest with you now. They're people dressed up as zebras.
They are.
They're not real zebras.
Mm. I just don't understand why. It's kind of like when people put on a wetsuit and go surfing, and they look like seals in great white shark-infested waters. To me, if I'm an alligator, there'd be nothing better to eat than a delicious
giant chicken.
I mean, my God.
Well, he only
man.
wears the chicken costume to stop people from speeding.
Okay.
Why does he think people would feel really bad about hitting a chicken? Yeah. Like, I feel like, look, you don't want to hit a chicken, but if they said, man, you're either going to hit a dog or a chicken, like, I'm taking a chicken 100% of the time.
He seems to really be wanting to be involved in other people's business.
I won't lie to you. The whole thing is strange. We'll get the video up at the Men's Room Facebook page. But that's what I'm saying. Watch the whole video. Because he's strange with his actions, but when he explains it, it sounds very normal. Except that he is in a full chicken costume minus the head on.
Well, see, that's the thing. It's distracting.
Right, and he's just sitting there chatting away. No,
that's why you don't like. That's why you don't like wear that to a job interview, right?
I don't know if I'd walk
dude,
up.
he nailed the question. I'm telling you, this guy knows his stuff, right? This might be the greatest marine biologist ever. What's the problem?
I'm not
he
walking
did the
up to
entire
somebody.
interview in a chicken outfit.
Would you walk to somebody and just start talking to them if they were dressed like a chicken?
Probably.
You would? Okay.
I'm more likely to talk to them than just someone who's not.
What if they started dropping, like, chicken references and just jokes,
If they're funny, I'd appreciate it.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, get away from me before I pluck you up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, see? I'd be like, I like you till you find out he's serious.
Yeah.
I meant that, man.
I wasn't going to poach the alligator.
Hey-o.
You just gonna lay there and bleed?
My brain just scrambled. I'm feeling fried.
I don't know why my version is so violent.
Yeah.
I, of course, would run over to a man in a chicken costume. I love mascots. I'd just be like, dude, there's a guy in a chicken costume over there.
Sure.
Couldn't stay away from him.
Go ahead and take a bite.
Hey, you want to touch me? All right, chicken man. I'm going to get out of here.
You want to slather me in buttermilk and marinate me for later? Roll me in some flour.
So, as we know, not too long ago, Mother's Day came and went.
Oh, damn it.
Right?
You know somebody out there's like, damn.
So, Ryan Seacrest.
All right.
Now, full disclosure, for years ago when he started American Idol, a lot of people thought Ryan Seacrest was gay. Mm-hmm. We've seen over the years, he dates a lot of women, different women, and this and that. But, I don't know, like, I think Terry Hatcher, I mean, he dates some hot women, which, whether the rumors are true or not. But now, I don't think he meant to, but he has finally confirmed his heterosexuality.
What?
That's a tough word to say, man.
Which one?
Heterosexuality.
Heterosexuality.
Hedo.
I'm hetero.
Right. Heterosexual.
No.
Galaxies. The point is, man, they come back on American Idol.
Hedo. And you a hedo? Sure
I
ain't.
like some.
They come back from commercial. He does not realize they're back from commercial. And it really sounds like via Katy Perry's mom that he's hitting on Katy Perry.
We're on.
Your mom's pretty.
My mom? Well, I hope the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
You are too, but you're not a mom. Yeah.
Not yet.
You want to talk about it?
What?
I'll leave too. Don't start. Don't start. That was good.
Are we live?
I think we're back.
Are we back?
Yes.
Is this real TV?
Oh, this is it.
Okay, are we professionals?
So he's leaning on the desk, kind of talking to her, right? And he's like, your mom is pretty. You heard that pretty clear. And then she said something. He said, you're pretty, like, oh, you're pretty. You just you're not a mom yet. And then that's when he goes, want to talk about it?
Oh, the guy who's had sexual harassment allegations thrown at him.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I mean,
I told them I'm listening. Hey.
Oh, I'm completely innocent. Yeah.
Heard the rumors about me?
Would you like me to impregnate you? I could do that.
It's like, dude, I mean, look, do your thing. It's just bad timing.
Right, that's not what you
Hey,
want to do
I don't
there.
know if you heard anything about me lately.
Free drinks. I'm buying around because I got a DUI.
Go back to my place and have some drinks.
Celebrate my DUI. I'm buying around for the bar.
Have some Jello shots.
Every cop in here. Go ahead. Here's my keys.
You know what? I forgot about that. At first when I heard that clip, I was just like, man,
he's just going after it.
But that is just I mean, I get it. She was going to shoot, but first of all, he's on the set of his job, right around other coworkers, and then he must have known they were coming back at some point, and he was just like, yeah, you're hot.
Mom's hot.
I can get all up in your mama's good stuff.
That's also a weird tack to take.
That is strange. Like, boy, I'd really like to be on your mom.
I don't have sex with your mother.
Because that's exactly the way to anyone's heart. You what?
Expect me for Thanksgiving, Katie. You understand what I'm saying?
My mom, the woman that calls me on the weekends? No.
Yeah. Right. I mean, I don't know. Also, sometimes, stereotypically, not all women have the best relationships with their moms. Mm. So I don't know.
That's a good point. I don't know want to step in that.
Right. I can assure you, you do not want to tell me I look like my father.
No, right.
Even though I know we don't have to say nothing. I'm just saying.
No, I got
not
it.
The strongest tack to take with me.
Right. It's not that it's not accurate. You know what I mean? Same with me.
Yeah, I'm going to let you know your mom's going to get what I like to call the spray tan tonight. All right.
She won't be orange, though. I do more of that frosted white Christmas tree look.
Call it the North Dakota spray tan.
We've been talking about
the snow globe.
The snow globe.
That's not dandruff.
And
been talking a lot about different shows coming back. ABC, most of the shows that they're bringing back, like Brooklyn Nine-Nine when Fox canceled that, which, by the way, is already picked up by NBC.
Right.
That one was kind of shocking, but ABC's look, Roseanne, shocking enough, got renewed. Mm-hmm. Would say 2020, which, by the way, 2020...
Has it ever been canceled? I mean, it's just kind of there, right?
It's changed the way... It used to be more 60 Minutes, It
was, but 60 Minutes does that, right? So they're a little more... Somewhere between 60 Minutes and Dateline.
What do you call
that? Well, that's what I think. I think 2020 used to be that show, and then Dateline popped up. And then Dateline just started showing up every night of the week, and then Dateline, Dateline's
2020 had Barbara Walters. That was their launch.
Had Hugh Downs.
What do you call that type of show? It's an hour of docudrama.
It's a news. Well, they used to be
really
news shows.
It's just
but they call it a news magazine.
It's one story normally.
News magazine.
It's a news magazine.
That's their way of saying this was once a headline, but man, oh man, now it's like gossip.
They drag out one story into an hour.
Yeah, I just remember kind of like we talk about 60 Minutes. Friday night as a kid, I think it was ABC, right? ABC's. That's what 2020 is on. Mm-hmm. And they had a nice Friday block of shows. I want to say Step by Step.
There was Full House, Step by Step, all that.
There was
kind of
thing. It was almost like TGIF for teenagers and families. Well, family stuff, right?
Then but I wasn't let you know it's time to go to bed.
Right, and then when you heard 2020 or you saw Barbara Walters, you knew either you were going to get told to go to bed. Yeah, oh man, that was the other thing. As a child, I did not fathom that joke, and my dad told it to everybody.
Oh, the Saturday Night Live, blah, 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 blah.
Yes, and everybody would laugh, but as a child, it just seemed like an annoying thing he did.
Oh, it was, I'm sure.
Yeah, but I get it now. I mean, it was a good joke.
2020's been on so long, it should be 60-40.
Yeah.
You're not maintaining 2020.
2020, America's Funniest Home Videos, Blackish.
You know what, man? You can't.
Most of the shows you
can't just brush off America's Home Videos without acknowledging the fact that thing has been on for how long?
Oh, dude, I've taken the torch. My kids. In fact, it was not on the last 2 weeks for whatever reason. End of the year, who knows? But my kids identify that America's Funniest Home Videos means it is Sunday. So all day Sunday, you can say yes. Today is Sunday. Just doesn't mean anything. So America's Funniest Home Videos not on for the second week in a row, not live anyway, this past Sunday. And my son, he's like, I thought today was Sunday. I said, man, it is Sunday. It's just not on. Why is it not on? I'm like, because baby Jesus hates you. Look, I don't know what to tell you, man. It's just not on, but we actually went on demand
and
to pull up an episode. They love it. They absolutely love the show.
If it's on, I typically stay there and watch it.
Can they tell if it's a repeat?
Oh, yeah, man.
Oh, all right.
Some of those videos go back 6-7 years anyway.
But what's weird about them, and Ted, I'm not kidding with this. You asked this, all right? It's not only that they remember something might be a repeat. And for me, I go, I think maybe I remember this video. They look at it and go, he's going to be hitting his private parts. Do you remember the next video? And they will rattle off every video. Like, they remember every single video on the show. But they'll still watch it. It's still fun. Look, old people falling, for me, there's a couple of things that old people fall, little kids fall, dad gets hit in the junk, mom gets scared by a fake animal.
Animal videos.
These are the 4 things that are going to happen to people. And out of those 4, I'll chuckle at all, but old people falling, to me, it is naturally the most hilarious thing in the world. It's a bad example to set for my kids. I don't know, because I try not to laugh
people fall in
so
general.
much harder. Well, I mean, like little kids fall, regular adults fall, and I do the, an old person falls, and I realize that's horrible.
Have you seen the video of the tennis ball boy eating it, running into the back?
No.
So it's some tournament. It's got to be getting ready for the, what do they play on clay? The Australian or the French Open?
I don't know.
One of them. So they're like on a clay court or whatever, and I want to say it's Roger Federer. But he just kind of takes 2 balls, and he doesn't look behind him, but he just kind of, like, hits him kind of, just back to the ball boy. Ball boy runs over, he grabs him. And as he runs back, there's like a little mat or something, but he trips on it and face plants into this sign. But it makes a loud noise, right? And it's in golf, or tennis is a little bit like golf. You're not supposed to make noise when somebody's about to serve.
So it's just like clang.
And Federer turns around and shoots him the meanest, nastiest look. And this poor kid, I mean, how he's not hurt.
Probably my face hurts.
Like, boom. And he stands right around, and Federer's just like, mother.
Yeah.
I was just like, damn.
Bad day.
Tennis guys.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm very important.
Miles, we were talking about it off the air today. You're soaking up the royal wedding.
Oh, love it.
Yeah.
Oh, God. If there was a channel just about weddings and wedding stuff, I'd watch it all the time.
There's not.
Dresses, the whole thing.
Dude, I'll get you a whole list of shows. Say yes to the dress.
Yeah.
I don't know if Bridezilla's still on.
How could you say no to that one? It's so perfect.
I know. I say yes to them all.
Oh, God.
But
we have a show called Good Luck with the Tux.
Can they just do it tomorrow so we don't have to hear about it? Can they just get it going to be done? When is this thing supposed to happen?
So Jim Jeffries, very funny comedian, he has a show. He had on some actual members of the monarchy. Now, they're not as high up, so you wouldn't recognize their names. But basically, he's a little annoyed about the wedding as well.
Oh, okay.
So he asked them some simple things about the royals and the monarchy.
Okay, so we have to ask, this is about the monarchy. Are they inbred?
No.
Isn't there inbreeding? Not anymore. There's a bit of inbreeding back in the day.
Way back.
That would account for Charles's ears, I assume.
Oh.
Is it true that the Queen drinks 4 cocktails a day?
If things get really tough, she'll have a large cocktail.
So it gets tough 4 times a day, does it?
Well, it's timed.
It's timed between what she likes to drink and when she...
No, she gets up in the morning and has one. That's how you do it. And then you ease into the day, because she has to get over the hangover from the 4 that she's drunk. 4 cocktails a day, that means that she's a complete alcoholic. If you said she is, I'm back on with the monarchy. I'm back in.
4 doesn't seem that crazy.
What else is she supposed to be doing? I don't know. I mean, I'm sure she's old enough.
What do you do?
She should be retired no matter what she's doing.
Well,
right?
the thing is, but you're a queen,
right?
Like, you can't retire until you die. But if I'm the queen, like, hey, yeah, I'm having another drink.
I'm also how
like
old?
Goddamn
80-some
queen.
Years old. Can I just relax and just hang out? I mean, I can be the queen and be retired.
I mean, who do you want me to wave to? Okay, I'll wave over there.
I'll put on a white glove just like Michael Jackson. Here you go.
Give me some Fireball.
Oh, dude, I would get wasted and just go down to, like, the royal closet and put on all the jewels and stuff all the time. And they just walk around with, like, all the jewelry on. Be like,
Prince Ted is blinged out again.
Right?
I go down the street and heckle people.
What are you going to say? I'm the queen.
Yeah, I'd be a terrible monarchist.
Monarchist.
Yeah. Well, I'd be opening the windows, waving at people. Like, you're supposed to be secretive. Like,
I'd always close the windows.
Oh, no, I'm out there.
Don't look at me.
I'm mixing it up with the people, man.
I'd go out naked every day to grab my paper. Go ahead, call the cops.
Every morning at 6:15, he walks out. Look at that satchel swinging.
Top of the morning to ya.
It's almost down to his knees.
Put the googly eyes on it.
Gravity is just not kind.
Roseanne's still dominating in the ratings. She's not number 1 anymore, but she's still in the top 5. That's why it's not surprising she got a second season. I also read a little tidbit that said they were going to try to be a little a little less political on that show next year.
Well, then it'll be more political.
As long as they make it, as long as people enjoy watching the show, and the show
Who
is
cares?
an entertaining
Yeah.
show.
Who cares? If people enjoy the show, that's one. Two, I don't know if they know what it was like to work with Roseanne years ago, but if ABC is saying that, then it's going to be more political.
No. I think Roseanne herself.
Okay, if she said it, because if you try to tell her what to do on her show, what she's going to do is the exact opposite of any public statement you make.
Well, I will say,
I like
one
that
thing
about
that
her.
I think is happening right now that kind of brings both sides together is that, like, you see some people on the left that are like, hey, all right, like, it's the same jokes every night on the same shows.
Sure.
So I think, I'm sure if you're on the right, whether it's Roseanne show or this or that, like, I think overall everybody's just so political right now. Like, right, like you sometimes, like, for me, I want to watch a comedy show to escape the realities of my world.
Here's the good news. Both sides are getting duped. You're not really on sides. Relax. Just relax a little. You'll be all right.
The NCIS still dominate. They'll keep making them. NCIS, New Orleans 11, NCIS, LA, bro.
Hey, man.
Right? Stays
I
in
don't
there
know
all
what
the
you plan
time.
on doing here in L.A., man, but that's not how we do things here, man. You can't come here and, like, detonate bombs and stuff, man.
All right, this one from Seth Meyers I really like because he just takes a quick poll with the audience to make sure he'll get the joke, which is pretty stupid, but I like that he checked in.
You guys ever heard of the Pew Research Center? Okay. It's like a nonpartisan fact tank. It's really important for this next joke. Researchers are developing technology that could one day lead to humans being able to emit lasers from their eyes. It's just one of the many amazing projects coming out of the Pew Pew Research Center.
I like it.
I know, right? And it's such a serious thing. He's like, you guys know this one, right? All right, now I'm going to get stupid.
Okay. Thank you, Tim. We appreciate it. There you go. We got your headlines coming up here in just a few minutes with Mike. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. Famous London jeweler unveils new pendant that looks a lot like the Wonder Down Under. Meanwhile, two women get in an argument at Tim Hortons, and she squats down and delivers the thunder. Actually, just one woman. Golfers near erupting a Hawaiian volcano don't think the heavy stuff's going to come down for quite a while. Police congratulate high school pranksters for going the extra mile. And the Pope tells nuns, get off Twitter. It is time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's Mike Hawk.
All right, our top story. Police in Wisconsin had to give kudos to a group of high school seniors on the ingenuity of their senior prank. A photo of the prank shows a very realistic car crash scene that students made, complete with a junker car that they had cut in half, shoved it up against a brick wall of the school that they had rigged to look like a giant hole had been made, complete with bricks laying on and around the car, with the car graffitied up to celebrate the class of 2018.
Have you seen this?
I saw the picture.
Yeah.
It's
that is
outstanding.
unreal.
It's rather impressive. And then you start looking at it, it's like, oh, it's garbage bags that made the hole. So, either way, good work, kids.
That's fantastic.
That is good work.
Around the world, the Vatican has to reel in their nuns from Twitter. A news story says the Vatican has come out and said that the nuns should communicate more with God and less with social media, saying that too much tweeting and downloading news intrudes on a life of prayer and contemplation.
Leave the nuns alone. Sorry, my mom's a big nun person, and the church has kind of been. It's almost like they want nuns out of the church.
There's a bigger fish to fry there.
Yeah, I mean,
think
women
there's other
already hit the
things that-
lower
Yeah.
thing. Right.
It's just like, jeez, man.
Yeah, they don't like women. It's not going to change.
The nuns had a very good influence on her life. She swears by the nuns.
All right.
She thinks they're the lifeblood of the church.
I will say that they're the most terrifying teachers.
Yeah.
If you had a teacher and says, she used to be a nun, you're like, do not mess with this chick, dude. She will break your knuckles with a ruler and not feel bad about it.
Some would say she's having none of it.
She's none too happy.
Sister.
Quit.
Sorry, Mike.
Well,
it's a
Twitter,
habit.
dude.
I am none too pleased. In Japan, West Japan Railways has issued an apology after one of their trains left a station a whopping 25 seconds early.
Oh, look, man.
You sons of bitches.
You can say a lot about transportation, bitch about delays, and every once in a while something will happen. And yes, there is a delay. But for the most part, I do like the fact that trains leave. There's a reason they carry a pocket watch.
Yeah.
There's a reason that time matters. And trains, man, they start rolling on the second.
That's what I like about them.
I think that's awesome. I mean, if they can, unless there's a
Sure,
backup
there's some
or
But not
something.
early.
Delay,
Yeah, but not early.
Sorry, everybody. They have come forward and apologized for the, quote, truly inexcusable incident and the great inconvenience that it caused from being too early to their destination.
That's customer service right there.
In other news on Staten Island, a man was clearing damaged trees out of his yard that he was going to replace with bamboo when he came across something interesting, a box. The man had for years thought that it was just a cable box, but when he finally unearthed it, it turned out to be something better, a safe. When they finally busted the door open to the safe, they found Ziploc bags of jewelry and a ton of $100 bills totaling about $52,000. They found who it belonged to. That's it for your headlines. With that, Mike Hawk is up.
Thank you, Mike. We appreciate it. See you next time for Big Dummy, the head chef. Ted's Meat and Potatoes. No as Sherlock will drink a toast with a shot of the day.
Yes, indeed. It is all true, but in the meantime, we be all about this bitch. So until tomorrow, do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.